My name is Raghu Jufre. I'm the president of the American Shopping Party. This is our first press release. This one is called the Consumers Manifesto. Titled Consumers Are the Labor Movement of the 21st Century People. Welcome to the American Shopping Party. I am the American Shopper. The Consumer Manifesto is a tour of your power as an American shopper. We present the examples of waning unions looking to find their voice in a global economy, the Democratic Party of the common man, the wiles of Trump supporters, women as 70% of household budgets, the consumer as dispenser to 70% of America's trillions, and maybe most of all, as the collective of small business in their last stand against the rigged system by Wall Street monopolies. You will finally see the grand evolutionary leaps for all mankind and how they have been directly fueled by you as the American shopper. This is true for nations of the Middle East, the manufacturing of China, the tech industry of India, and to billions more in nooks and crannies across our entire planet. These are all things you already know as pieces of a puzzle, but never to behold until today as a single portrait to your share of this magnificence of humanity. In this journey, you will find yourself as the royal sovereign to capitalism's global economy. You will need but claim your stake as an American shopper. Today, we call upon that superpower as the American shopper for a small business and save America, and just maybe jumpstart the global economy once again. How better for America's Christmas gift to the world, a true miracle. In short, consumers are the labor movement of 21st century people. The social political causes of the labor movement of the last century can now be achieved through our buying power as an American shopper. Today we formalize this buying power as the official consumers movement of America. Welcome to the American Shopping Party. One day a month, 50 million Americans buy local American made. Show up with 50 million shoppers, and every store across the country will carry something local or American made. The first Friday of each month will now be dedicated to celebrate the best of all things local and American. 60 million shoppers. Feel your power as an American shopper. Unions, for example, bemoan their low 14 million membership and falling. That's just 10% of the labor force. My dear unions, know the cure. Tap the power of your members as an American shopper. Mr. Vice President Biden, please call upon your union members. Ask them to find just 3 friends and family to join our American shoppers. Or do this as head of the Democratic Party. This will hand you a movement 60 million strong, unleashed upon our markets in just days. How fitting that unions launch this next generation labor movement, the consumer movement of America. 60 million also happens to be the number of followers President Trump has on Twitter, or about that number of women that go shopping every Saturday, double that on holidays. Women represent up to 70% of all U.S. household spending. See the power they hold within the palm of their hand as a single demographic. It's the same power you carry every day as an American shopper with each and every dollar you spend. Unions, Trump followers, Democrats, women, and you. These are just some of the social groupings that can change history and our power as the American shopper. My dear President Trump, will you join us in this Buy American Made Day? My dear women of America, will you take the lead on our Buy Local Small Business Day? My dear Vice President Biden, will you rally the unions to join us? Mayor Harry Kim, will you declare Hawaii's Buy Local Day? Know your power, change the world. Decades of critics have told of the failings of modern consumption. This is a new day. Hear of your great contributions as the American shopper. Know these gifts, and you know your power to change the world. Behold, the might of China's $1 trillion manufacturing was built upon your dollar, the American shopper. All the savvy of India's billion-dollar tech industry was also built upon your dollar, the American shopper. So too the modern gilded cities of those of Dubai, Bahrain, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia of the Middle East. Each of their nations also built upon your dollar as the American shopper. Everyone wants the dollar of the American shopper. You should know that for all of them, you are that almighty dollar. Billions from nations the world over lifted from the worst of poverty. This was done in step of history's greatest transfer of modern technology, infrastructure, and governance. All these technologies also built upon your dollar, right here in the USA. We have now witnessed the greatest leap of mankind, worth millennia of evolution in hardly but a couple decades. It's the American shopper to have so fueled this great transformation of our world into a modern people. These are only a few wonders born of you as the American shopper. History tells of similar legacies as the work of armies, heroes, angels, or gods, but always it is for a single king, one nation, or some small region. Not so for you, the American shopper. Your magic touches upon most every nook and cranny of our entire planet. Capitalism claims credit for these feats, but there behind all this capitalism is you. It has always been you, the American shopper. You are the heart of this machine, at least for now. And so too, when you stop shopping, economies of the world stop right along with you. Today, the heart of the modern economy for the world has stopped beating. Therefore, today we call upon your superpower as the American shopper. This time, use your power to save America and its small business in their darkest hour of greatest need. Will you join us this day to buy local American? Save our small business as the community treasures we hold of our towns, and jumpstart America once again, if not the whole of the world. Economic democracy, next generation social policy. Voting with your dollar is called economic democracy. Every dollar is a vote, and that vote always counts. Well, it counts at least 70% of the time. 70% of our entire U.S. economy is or was based upon your consumption. This means you, the American shopper, decides who gets our $1 trillion 70% of the time. In other words, you are the $1 trillion. That, my friends, is your grand superpower. Has any common man ever held greater power with so little but spending your own dollar? This economic tale is only the beginning of our power, our superpowers. Each day, technology and innovation only enhance our reach into next generation social policy as well. You want our young American soldiers out of the Middle East wars? Buy a Tesla. Buy 5 million of them a year and see the relevancy of foreign oil collapse in step with falling petrol car sales. You want to fight global warming? Switch to plant-based Impossible Burger as a place of livestock farming. In place of livestock farming, which produces 20 to 50% of all man-made greenhouse gas emissions. Fast food chains now sell these environmental burgers at your local corner. You don't like nuclear power or coal stations? Put in solar panels on your roof. You want to stop animal cruelty? Buy a Himsa dairy wherein the cow is never killed and left to free-range pasture. You want the mafia monopolies of Brazil to hear your plea to stop burning down the Amazon rainforest and ruthlessly killing the treasures of indigenous tribes? Buy our local American farmers. It's why multinationals avoid promoting U.S. produce to protect those foreign imports. And if you truly want American jobs, strong communities, booming small business, and high-quality food of neighborhood farmers and their offer to true food security, then please, my dear friends, please join our Buy Local America Day on this first Friday of each month. Economic democracy is a very powerful modern app to take on today's corporate devastation, industrial nightmares, and media-inspired conflicts by all those so dependent upon our division as a fellow American. One day a month wherein all of us can now come together, not in the conflict politics of Democrat versus Republican, or those as conservative versus liberal, or to the coast states versus those of the Midwest, the red, the blue, or the purple, but finally, just to celebrate the best of who we are as one people. Let's have a time out to find our common cause, share a kind word, a smile, a song, a feast, and showcase the American best, a truly United States of America. As we like to say, the happiest place in politics, that is the ideal of the American shopping party. And not to worry, that still gives us 29 days to go and beat up on each other and shop from other nations of the world. Simply put, shop with your heart and the world will follow to your highest ideals. Behold capitalism, multinationals, or even the dregs of corrupt political leaders. They will line up behind your lead as the American shopper. You will see the world transform around the very best of our ideals. Welcome to your power in this economic democracy. Buy Local December. 8 months ago, America was 30 million small businesses. They generated $3 trillion in revenue and 50%, that is half of all U.S. jobs. More telling, 50 cents of every dollar is what these small businesses give back to our community. Chain stores only give us 13 cents on the dollar. It's a 4-to-1 return by small business over big box stores. That's why buying local just one day a month makes such very big difference. The birds are giving their blessings. Remember, our old economy was $20 trillion a year. It's hard to imagine just how massive this really is, but think of it this way. Having just one of every $8 to $12 spent on American-made will jumpstart our economy with 100% employment. In this global reset, you can relaunch the terms of the old world around this new commitment to our local economy with this Made in the USA. America's small business are the jewels of our community talent, the vibrance to our quality of life, and the building blocks of family neighborhoods. It's the great secret to American prosperity. Never before have small business, farmer, and entrepreneur needed us more than they do today. We are calling upon all who care. Let's now talk in one voice. We are here for you, small business, this day, every month. Goal, 50 million shoppers. Our goal is for 15% of the people in any given place joining this Buy Local American. That would be 300,000 residents for Hawaii showing up to buy local. That's 6 million buyers when California joins us. Our goal, 50 million Americans taken from across the nation, each pledged to small business, local farmer, and our home entrepreneur. Doing this just one day a month makes it very easy for retailers, and yet it still comes to 2 weeks a year. A Black Friday every month for small business, 12 times a year. Let's jumpstart this Buy Local America Day for this coming November. It's a practice run for the Christmas season. And so it happens that 40 to 60% of all retail is actually done during this holiday. This hands us one last small window of opportunity to save American small business. This Christmas will be measured by the number of small business we can save. This will be our Christmas gift to our community, to our country, and the future of our children as an entrepreneur. Stand for the spirit of our values built with our local American made. Come join this first Friday for Small Business America. Call out to corporate America, join us. To scale this big will take some large players to join us. We call upon them today and all those who offer to connect us with them. eBay, will you be the platform for our small business? Groupon, will you be the marketing arm? Apple, your Apple Card, the financial platform. The Apple universe of 1 billion users is a hub of enterprise and techies. My dear people of this Apple world, will you join us? You're a nation unrecognized no more when you stand with us here today. We stand with Goldman Sachs Drive for small business. Wall Street only offers special access to large investors. Goldman works to offer these same privileges to small business for the first time. To each of you, America needs you. The world awaits you. So does our local community. This platform will be the Amazon of patriotism, no longer based solely upon the lowest price, but now for our highest values of local jobs, clean air, water, and land. Quality food grown to our health, taxes paid and finally given over to our community, schools, infrastructure, and manufacturers accountable to us as our own neighbor. Would you pay 10% more for such a world? How about 40% more, at least for this one day a month? Take the pledge today. Will you take the pledge with us today? Which mayor will offer a declaration to Buy Local American one day a month? I call upon you, Mayor Kim, our mayor here in Hawaii. I call upon all our mayors of Hawaii. Which governor will declare our state a Buy Local America Day? I call upon you, Governor Iggy, Hawaii Governor. Which presidential candidate or those running for office will take the pledge? I call upon you, Rocky, Kyle, and Pierce. How about you, Kahele, my opponent for the seat of Congress, District 2 of Hawaii, which I'm running for to promote this Buy Local American. Vice President Biden, will you ask unions to take the community pledge? President Trump, will you call upon your 60 million Twitter followers to join the celebration of America? America, are you ready to party one day a month to honor and celebrate as one people? Then take the Gandhi Pledge. The Gandhi Pledge is a simple one. It's the 5 things Gandhi asked of his nonviolent movement. Buy local, ask your friends and relatives to buy local, ask stores to carry local, wear local, make something with your hands. Let the inner artisan find magic in our hands once more as a nation. In the days of Gandhi, it was to weave their own cloth. Today, it's to bring your imaginations to life. The final step, $20. Chip in just $20 and the American Shopping Party will be fully funded. Finally, a truly independent political party, free of corporate dependence. These are the simple pledges of the American Shopping Party. Today, we launch. Will you be a founding member? A founding member is for all those who join during this one-week fundraiser. It's just $20. A founding sponsor is $51. A founding patron, $108. A founding father, $500. A founding partner, $1,000. And for the grandfather, $10,000. The godfather. And the grandfather, too. Within the week, we will know of our scale and reach for our community small business here in Hawaii, if not the nation at large. You are the founders of the hottest political party maybe in history. For we say every country should have one day a month to honor their local artisan, craftsman, small business, and farmer. Join us. You are the founder of this revolution. You, America's final hope. In closing, we have talked of your power as the American shopper, but also take note to all those working to take that power from you. Corporations spend billions lobbying corruption from politicians. Politicians pass laws violating our rights, voice, or will. Corporations want us to believe we are helpless to their power, but they know that their money and all the power it buys them is given by you, the American shopper. You are the face of the almighty dollar. Forget, show me the money. You are the money, at least for any of the world looking to sell. Low prices is the drug multinationals use to justify factories built in place of your job, or the loss of quality in food, production, environment, and community, or to regimes funded and oppression to the people of their own nation, or our moral sense of justice. And yet few things compare to the economic coup of 2020. There are the Wall Street monopolies, all other businesses, competition shut down. The Wall Street fantasy of sole company store monopoly. Has any siege ever been greater? All the world shuddered, all at once. Amazon reached $1 trillion valuation after a very long 25 years. Today, Amazon just doubled that to $2 trillion in just a mere 25 weeks. That is $100 billion a month. How true of Wall Street monopolies. The complete shutdown of America's 30 million small business. So today, Small Business America, let them know your power. Today, we call upon your superpower as the American shopper. Remember, there are 30 million of you small business owners. Getting just 3 of your friends and family to join you comes to 120 million buyers for you, by you, and with you. You run the impossible we call small business. Today, lead us to buy Small Business America. The American shopper has always decided winners and losers of industries, the good and the bad, the wealth of whole regions, into those wielding American power. Unfortunately, today we have something quite different upon us. It may take years for our economy to recover. This means you may well be the last American shopper of economic power, choice, and the future as a nation of entrepreneurs. This could well be our last chance to fight back with our power as the American shopper. Today you stand as our last and final hope. And so I implore you, will you stand with us today? Stake your claim. Today I save America in her darkest hour. I am the American shopper. Welcome to the American Shopping Party. Welcome to the Consumers Movement of America. Welcome to economic democracy. Degalova from Hawaii, thank you for your time.